Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead, type number 1 in the comment section, in the chat box. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Morning, say hey. All right. And as you do, keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And of course, as always, if you like what you see here, folks, make sure you follow us on the various social platforms that we're on, not only just here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or wherever you're following along with us, but on all the different platforms that we're on. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Make sure you follow because we put different things out on each of these every day, and it will give you the top information that you need as a trader day in and day out. All right. Hey, Larry, good morning from Colorado. And it is early there, I guess, right? You're 2-hour difference than us. That puts you about 6:30. I always wanted to trade out of New York and be on the West Coast where we start our day at 6:30 and I'd be done by like 7:30 in the morning, right? Then the rest of the day is mine. All right. Evelyn, good morning. John, morning. Erica, Don and Chris. Robert S., how you doing? Robert Rubin, how you doing? Morning Trip. Chris, good morning. Alan, good to have you here, sir. Yeah, Larry said 6:30 a.m. and I would put dark, right? Morning to the morning gang, say hey said. There you go, guys. Love the interaction there. All right, I got a bunch that I want to get through today, so let's go take a look first at the futures. All right, so ES had a nice spike take place on the European and then the pullback. And that pullback was probably the announcement that the EU was looking to cut back on or ban Russian coal at this point. So that could become an issue there. But we're down right now about 10 points on the ES. On the YM, we're down about 72 points. Very similar pattern took place in there. The NASDAQ, of course, it's its own entity, right? But still a very similar pattern. And we opened up kind of flat. It was the European market that drove us up and then drove us down. Both sides of the coin happened there. We look at the RUT, not a big move today, about $1.80, but the pattern is very similar if it decides to open. Pattern's very similar to what we have on the other indexes. And then we have Bitcoin. What a rockin' move in the last little bit. I know CNBC had some guy on there on cryptos a little bit earlier today. I don't know how much of that was influenced by it, but I heard part of it, but not all of it. But we went from about 47 to 47.3. We're up about 1,200 points, almost 1,300 points right now on Bitcoin. Ethereum is up 55 points. So decent little move for them, pushed up to their highs today. Then we look at gold. Now, gold has had a interesting move to it if it opens up, right? So we've been very choppy. We had to pull down as the market went sideways, and then we were all over the place, putting in these lower highs and lower lows setting up. This top right here is going to really make or break, what goes on there if we break that 1936, right? But strong move up as the market has retreated in the last little bit. And then crude oil is at 104. I just watched an interview with Republican, but one of the senators or congressmen, whoever he was, don't really care, but on oil, and they said exactly what my fear is. We're releasing from our strategic reserves, which is supposed to help drop the price of gas 10 to 35 cents a gallon. That's great and fine and good, but all of that oil that's being released, open the dang pipelines back up and let's get the oil in and get back to being oil dominant instead of oil reliant, energy reliant. All we're doing is taking away energy that we could potentially need in the future for a real problem, right? Which I'm not a big fan of doing. I think those reserves stay untouched whenever possible. and such. So, but with that, we're still, yesterday we saw this nice spike, and we went from $99, 98, 99 and jingle, 98 and jingle, up to about 105. So we've had some really big moves, up another dollar today. So with that, let's go take a look at the trades from yesterday. I'm going to ask you guys to drop your trades in. This is all about community, right? Share the trades you did. Funded, non-funded, I don't care. Made money, went against you, broke even, I don't care. What it all comes down to is being able to share those trades out there that everybody can see and learn from each other, right? You may put a thing that you did on a company yesterday, on Starbucks, on Tesla, on Twitter, on whomever, and someone else may look at that trade and go, oh, wait, why did it? Oh, I see what they did. I like that, right? Help each other through this community-based effort that I'm putting in here. Me getting up at dark early to do the show every day, right? Let's see. Morning, Alan. Short term only was say hey. All right. So you guys type those in. I'm going to go ahead and share for me from yesterday. All right. So I'm going to open up the 5-minute chart. Let's make it a little bit bigger. The very first thing I want to talk about is Starbucks. Actually, let's do JP Morgan, JPM, right? Didn't trade it. Okay. It's just JPM. Okay. Didn't trade it. So we had news on JP Morgan yesterday. There was a downgrade on JP Morgan, right? And I had JP Morgan down as a bear call spread above 140. But JP Morgan, I want you to see something. Look where it closed yesterday. On Friday. And look where it opened on Monday and where the drop was, right? That move on JP Morgan from yesterday, didn't start the record button, guys. Give me 3, 2, go. All right. This just gives me a drawing tool is all it is. That closed to open. We pushed a little bit further down, and then we filled that gap in. We closed the open window, right, which really is in here. We closed the open window. Not only did we close, we had a continuation from there after that retest, which brought us up another almost 100% move. Now, I don't look for that kind of move. I look for 1.27%, but we had about another 100% move there yesterday. So JP Morgan, when we talked yesterday, those that were here, we spent some time going over gaps. If you weren't here yesterday, I would encourage you to go back and watch yesterday's show where we go over this and we talk about these gaps. But this gap filled, which is exactly what was expected to do. It had an extremely high probability of filling this gap sometime yesterday throughout the course of the day before 4 p.m. It had an extremely high probability, and it did just that. We look at Starbucks, that I told you had a very low probability of filling its gap, and it never did. It didn't come anywhere near, didn't retrace, didn't recover, didn't come back at all, nothing. Right now, a reason I went to Starbucks last is I did take the bear call spread on Starbucks yesterday. All right. So I did the 91.92s, got 25 cents, bought it back for about 8 cents yesterday. So what does that give me? 25 minus 8, is that 17? So it gives me about 17 cents profit total on that trade. So I'll take it. Really happy with it. Right. Then we had Twitter, TWTR. Twitter, of course, was the investment from Elon Musk, right? No way we were filling that gap yesterday for multiple reasons, right? And on Twitter, I had said to do a bull put spread below 41. So I did the 41.40s. I only got 20 cents. It had too big of a move. I got 20 cents. It cost me about a nickel to get out of it. So 15 cents overall on the trade. I'm happy with it. I'll take it day in and day out. I'll take it. All right. Let's see. Tesla. How do you not trade Tesla? Right? So guys, when I do news trades, when we take the news, and the news yesterday on Tesla was record number of vehicles plus Elon Musk's investment, right? Into Twitter. So when I look at these trades, if you take a Twitter, I don't trade them all the time. Credit spreads is the right thing for me to trade there. Starbucks, I don't trade them all the time. It's the right thing for me to trade is credit spreads. When we look at instead of those companies, look at a Tesla, who I trade all the time. Credit spreads work awesome, and I did one because of here, this show. But I also traded directionally on Tesla because I know Tesla. It's one on my list all of you that are in here that are in power option plays, you know how much this is an important candidate to me. And if you follow this one, then you may have been able to take some of the same trades yesterday as well. So we look at Tesla. The first thing was I had written it down, listed it out as a bull put spread below 1016. All right. So Tesla has $5 increments there. So 1015 is the strike price that we're looking at. Okay. So when we look at Tesla right out of the box, almost on the open exactly, I did the spread there. I did the 1015, 1010s for $1.75. So I got a really nice credit for it on the open. Right. I bought it back throughout the day for 35 cents. That gives me about $1.40 in profit on Tesla on a credit spread. Right. Beautiful setup. But now, and we're getting into teaching mode a little bit here. So sorry if it takes a little bit extra time with this, but it really is important to me that you understand the why. Yesterday, we did our power hour training that we do every Monday at noon. Y'all need to be there every Monday. If not, go to our website and you can watch it. In the upper right-hand corner, you see a WBHQ TV page right here. You go there. It'll be posted today. You go there and you can go back and watch the replay of it. But I waited for that break above the 1103.15, a retest and a bounce. So the key is, did we get it? We got the break above. We retested. Again, I'm looking at, this is a 5-minute. I got to change it now because I committed. I had to do it, right? But if I look at my template here, a little harder for you to see because there's smaller windows, but this is what I'm looking at. And I'm watching the 1 minute, which is the upper left-hand corner, at the same time I'm watching the 5. I'll expand this one and go back to a 1 now and show you what happened in there. Let's not do it that way. Let's scroll backwards. I don't want to make it too small, the candles. It's going to be too hard to see. All right, just taking too long. Okay, so here is my 1103.15 line. We pushed above. We closed on this 1 minute candle at 1027. We closed at 1104.27. Well, we're talking about $1 on $1,000 stock. So tiny, 1/10 of 1%, tiny close above there. We opened up, and to me, this was my bounce. We started to make the move in there, and that was the entry into Tesla, right? So I did the 1080 calls yesterday on Tesla as we broke up in here, and I got out of them. So I got into the trade. It was about $45. That was about 10:30-ish, 10:35 in the morning. Right after noon, 11:10, not 11:10, 12:10-ish. And I'm not exact on it, guys, but right about here, as we broke the 8 moving average, we closed below. We closed below again. On that candle, I was out. We're at lunchtime. We're pulling back, and it's kind of this drift down. We're pulling back. I pulled the trigger, exited the trade. Did it go up higher? Yeah, it went up higher. Getting out of the stock when it's at 11:30, call it, and went to 11:45. Could I have made more? Yep. Does it fit my risk profile? Nope. I would have sat the entire freaking day worrying about this thing because I would have watched it, biting my fingernails all through this in here until we finally popped back up again. Wasn't worth it for me. The trade worked out well. We put about $14 out of the trade. So I'm very, very happy about the setup in there. All right. So I spent a little bit of extra time teaching. We're showing this today. We spent a lot of time on the trades from yesterday, but I thought it was important for you to see the why we took this trade. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and see what we got going here from you guys. Robert said 53 cents on the Qs, 50 cents on the S&P 500. Baba Bull put spread is looking good. Delta Airlines bear call spread still looking good. Excellent, Robert. Good job. Evelyn said 1 SPY put up 20 cents. Hey, listen, every bit counts, right? It's consistency. And you're doing it, Evelyn, every day, day in and day out. John, I hate that. Internet problems missed the SPX, SPY, and Tesla longs. Covered calls on plug and SPX bear call spread, 40 cents-ish from Brandon. There you go. I love it. I love it. Larry said, been trading the micro ES $2,000 account. I'll keep trading small till I can go to ES. Listen, Larry, I don't know if he's in here today, but Scalper Ed is one of our traders that, through Wealth Builders. I've known Ed for many, many years now. Every time I get to the Chicago area, we're having dinner as a group out there. It's fantastic. But Scalper Ed trades micros all the time. And we're talking about, $300, $500, $800 a day, 1,000 plus on some days, the nice days, the really good days. So you do what you're doing, Larry. You keep pushing it. I love it. Jeff said, missed most of the Tesla move mentioned yesterday, but still made 1,500 of it. There you go, Jeff. Listen, I get it. We don't want to catch it all, right? But $1,500 is a great day, even if that was the only one you did, right? Good job, Jeff. Say hey said Krispy Kreme run for 94-year-old aunt instead of getting to trade. Okay. I get it. God, just say hey. Hey, man, family's important. You do what you got to do. Ops traded no trades yesterday due to moving, looking for 50% win on my bull put spread today. There you go. Good job. Morning, Karen. Chris said got stopped out on the SPY Qs. Apple was plus 50%. Good. Larry said, do you teach credit spreads in the university? So I'm pretty sure if you're talking about trading you, Larry, I'm pretty sure we have training in there. It's been such a long time since I've gone back and looked at it, because we've got over 50 hours of training in Trading You right now. If you're talking about in Trading You, so foundational videos, I'm pretty sure we do. There we go. Credit spreads right there, number 19, and you'll have the manual will match it, right? Number 19 manual. So yes, we do have it inside of there, Larry. Say hey said great trading, guys. Yeah, and girls, there you go. I do the same thing. Say hey. Don said 45 cents on SPX, 60 cents on RUT. I'm loving it. All right, good, Larry. Yes. All right, perfect. Okay, so with that, it's time to look at today's trade setups. We get rid of that page. And we got a couple of them out there today. The very first one is CCL, which is Carnival Cruise Lines. Right? Let me move that over a little bit. So Carnival, in the last week, they've had more bookings in a week than in the history of Carnival Cruise Lines ever before. They booked more cruises in the 1 week period, recent week, than ever before. Amazing move for them, right? Yesterday was, let me see, I thought I clicked on it. I guess not. Yesterday was a move back down to the fib line and the moving averages. Right now, they're up 92 cents. I'll be looking at them today for a naked put. I'll be looking below that 1975 level. So below 19 and a half. And there is a 19 and a half right now. It is trading at 30 cents. Again, this was yesterday's close. We'll see where it all goes. It may only be trading at 8 cents or 10 cents by the time it opens. We'll see. But if I can get that position right there, I'll be looking at that. And I like covered calls on CCL, on Carnival, always have. So big fan of it. So we're looking at naked puts. You could look at a bull put spread also below the 19 and a half. All right. Carvana is next. CVNA. They got a downgrade. A lot of downgrades today. They got a downgrade. They're down $6 right now to 120. We'll call it 127. Right. So where are we? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? So let's go ahead and snap a fib in there. Okay. So we're sitting at 127 right now on Carvana. We're down below our 130. So we're looking at a bear call spread above 131. Right? And they're all $1 increments. Yesterday, and again, here, if we look, yesterday, the 131s were trading at $6. Now we're down about $6 now. So just move $6 in the other direction. So if we said 131, let's go look at 137. They were trading at 320. The 138s were trading at 290. You're talking about 30 cents credit there. And the news, good chance the news drives it up to 40 or 50 cents just based on the news, right? So we'll see where it opens. but I do like it for bear call spread, right? Domino's pizza. This was my go-to pizza whenever I travel, right? I have been to too many cities around the U.S. and Canada where I've asked the front desk of a hotel to tell me I don't care how far I have to go, the best pizza I've got to get. And some of them have been the absolute worst cardboard I've ever eaten in my life. Domino's may not be great, but it's consistent. It's the same thing every time you get it. At least you know what you got. But they did get a downgrade today. They're at $3.95 right now, which puts them they're down almost $9. So $3.95. So we're still right in the middle. Let's see if we need a fibit in here. 81. Oh yeah, I don't even have to I don't have to ask. We definitely need a fibit. So what about here? 21 to 55, 31, 40, 50. Yes. So we're going to add the negative 136 and the 118 to our fibs. Right? Negative 136 and 118 in there to our fibs. Perfect. So that's at 401. We're missing one other thing in here, and that's a 400 level. So let's add that. All right, let's flip it over to a dash dot. Let's get the right color, which is that brownish red. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to make another one. Since I can see 500 and I don't have a line up there, let's make this one 500. All right, perfect. I don't see a 6 on the screen, so I'm not worried about it. Earnings are far enough away. So we're sitting at 395. All of that to say we're going to look at a bear call spread above 400. And what do they have on Domino's? Not one that I normally trade. $5 increments on Domino's. Oy vey. All right, let's see. So it's a little better as we get closer. But guys, we're looking at the 400s, 660 by 740. That's 80 cents. It's not crazy. 30 by 37. That's nuts. But look at their open interest. Tiny, tiny open interest. That's why as a seller, I don't care. Open interest is not my concern. All right. All right. Domino's. All right. We only have 3 left, guys. So this is what I'm going to ask you to drop in your candidates. Again, this is all about the community, right? What are you looking at today? Let me analyze it, give you a quick look before you get started trading it, and share those candidates with others. And yes, a little bit of selfishness, a little selfish by me that, hey, if you got a great looking candidate, it's going on my list today as well. All right. So First Solar is our next one. FSLR. They got a downgrade today. Their downgrade was from Bank of America. Generac was downgraded also, but they didn't have as big a move as First Solar did. So First Solar is down $3.63 to $80. Good fib on here. So we're looking at a bear call spread above 85. Right? So, and they're $1 increments. So we've got them. You know, before the move yesterday, our 85, 86, 80, 9, 10, 11, 31 cents yesterday is what we could have got for the 85, 86. Yeah, 85, 86. All right. Next is RCL, which is Royal Caribbean, right? RCL is up right now $3. And they're up not on sympathy, but in relation to the Carnival Cruise Line news, right? They're up because of what Carnival came out with, right? As some of the rest of the industry, even the airlines, American, United, were both up today as well. Smaller, but that same relationship there. So what are we looking at here? That puts us up to 86.30. So we're up here, guys, right? So we'll be looking at a bull put spread below 85. It would be better if we could get below 81. I don't know if we will, but again, we've got a couple $1 move right now. Let's see. So if we look, if I said 81 on the puts, we're at 63 now, and this was yesterday's price, right? If we move $2, call it $3, right? 1, 2, 20. So we might get 20 cents there, sell the other one for 10. So you might want to pick it up a 10 to 20 cents on this setup. So it's just a matter of if it's enough credit for you to take the trade. But I do like the setup. I'd prefer it below 81, but that comes down to your personal risk profile. Where do you like it? And then Starbucks, they got downgraded. Not surprising after yesterday's announcement to see that. I don't remember who it was, like Weebly or someone like that downgraded them. They're down $1.37 right now, which puts them at 86 3/4. So if I pull that out a little bit, earnings are still far enough away. So we're going to be looking at a bear call spread above 88. Above 88. Okay. All right. There you have it. That's the ones from today. So let's see what you guys got out there. Larry said the micro ES. So Larry, I'm just going to look at ES. All right. Because, hold on a second. What am I looking for, Rob? Come on. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I don't remember anymore because I don't trade the micros. Let's see. Is it MES? Is that the trade station? It is. Okay. So I can look at it this way. Got it. I can't look at it at the micros on, or I might be able to on Omega charts, which is where I normally analyze them. So, on a 5-minute chart, not giving me much. If we go and look at a daily chart, nope, can't do that. I actually have to go in and change. Let's not change. Let's go back here. Okay. So I've got the daily chart down here. So, overall pattern, and I don't trade them anywhere near as much as I used to. I just don't have the time to trade. But the overall pattern, you just got this amazing move to the upside, right? All the way from April. It's just fantastic on a daily pattern, right? So we've got to take that into focus there. You do have that lower high there, which we violated in the last couple of days, okay, right in here. But we still have lower, we had a lower low in there that we violated that as well. So we got a higher low and a higher high. So that shift, I'd be looking for the pullbacks to the moving averages. We definitely have a fib to contend with in here. Right. So that takes us down to about the 236 at that 45.10 level. All right. So, but to me, this is all about intraday. So it's all intraday setups, pivot points, compression patterns, all things like that on the micros. All right. So let me take us back over to Omega charts. Let's get all symbols there so I can check out the Komatsu, the Fibit on it. So Larry, I hope that helps. Eric is asking for the SPYs and the Qs. SPY right now is down $1.46 at 455.25. So, yesterday's setup was magnifico, beautiful, fantastic, amazing, phenomenal setup yesterday. Why? Because we closed right at the fib line and we have the 8 moving average right there. So now if we can get that pullback today, Erica, to that 453.17 and bounce, and it doesn't have to make it all the way back. If it makes it down to 453.75, 454-ish, pull back a little bit and start to bounce from there, wonderful. And if you can get a pivot point to align with it, even better, right? When we look at the Qs yesterday were the same thing. We had a great setup in there yesterday. I know someone, Derek, maybe it was you, that said they missed it. It never pulled back and it ran yesterday and they missed the trade yesterday. All good. And I talked about if we get a close above the 368.79, a pullback and a bounce, that's what we're looking for today. So right now we're at 367.84. So we dropped down below. Right now you're looking for the bounce. I'd still like a little retest and a wiggle from there. But 377 is your upside target, Erica. So I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments down below. Wally World, WMT. And guys, when you're putting your candidates in, I keep forgetting to say it. I'm just so used to doing it this way. When you're putting the candidates in, tell me the price if you know what it is, and tell me what you're thinking. Right? Let's get the plan laid out for you. I can work towards that if you write it out. Okay. So on Walmart, we've violated the negative 882. We need a place to redraw the fibs. And actually, we have it. So let's redraw. here to here, that's a good strong pullback we had in there, right there. Well more than violated the 236. So we're okay. 43.5 to 47.5 is $4. We don't need a fib it. 47 to 51. We're good. We don't need a fib it. All right. So fibs itself are good. When it comes to Walmart, let's see where we are right now. We're down 45 cents, which puts us at 150.5. So we're still right underneath there. So CG, I would be cautious. It's in a bullish bias, true bull, but I'd be cautious on bearish trades right now. I mean, we're not down. Where are we on ES? So we're down 11 points on ES right now. You know what? I'm going to add. Let me do this. That's on ES. Okay, good. I added ES to my other template just so I can see it and get a gauge where we are, because the S&P doesn't print until 9:30, until the market opens. So little caution there. You've got resistance at 151, support at 147. Okay, so a little caution. If you're looking bullish, I'd want the breakout of the 151, the retest and the bounce. But realistically, for me, I want that pullback. It's had too far of a run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in a row up. Right? I need some pullback. So get me down near that 148 level and bounce, and I liked it better. Hope that helps. Let me know down below. John is asking for NVIDIA. John's always really good at putting in the details about the trade. All right. So John wrote there, break and retest of the 274.38 fib, 274.38. So he's looking for a break, a retest, and a bounce, right? Target around 286.5. All right. So are you using Fibbits in there, John? Is that what that is, maybe? No, not a Fibbit. All right. So target of 286.5. So for a $300 stock would be $2 below. So 291 is where I would have my target, unless you're looking at, John, if you're looking at this recent swing high, I like where you're coming from with that. If that's what you're focused on, I would exit half my trade there if you're doing multiple contracts, put a very tight stop on the second half of the trade. So if it does wiggle down, you're out. And if it pushes through, you get from that 86 up to 91, you get another $5 move on the second half of the trade, right? So I hope that helps. John also said, watch the clues for confluence. Can you also show your fibs on Riot for a possible covered call? Sure. Let's see what I've got there. I have a very old fib. I mean, it's time-wise, it's a little old. It is old. It's a year, right? From a time-wise standpoint, it's old. Oh, we can actually redraw. We can redraw. Watch. Check it out, baby. Check it out. Good, strong directional move. It gets us out of that very long, old fib. 13 to 19. We need Fibbits. We're going to add a 236 and a negative 118. Negative 136 and a 118. Sorry about that. So 13, 16, 3. Okay, good. So with that being said, there you have Riot, right? So 8's a little far away, John, from the fib line, but on that covered call, if you can get the move back above the moving average, I like it. I like it. I'm actually going to write it down for covered call. Appreciate that, John. Let me know if that helps. Andres is asking for Apple. Apple. 76.25 is Apple's support level. I'd like to see the pullback to it. We're at 178, down 39 cents right now. So get me a little bit closer, Andres, to the 176 and a bounce. 76 to 83 is 9. We need Fibbits in here now. Apple has slowed down. Hold on a second. So, guys, we may need to redraw the fibs. This move might be bigger than previous. 2809, 2951, si senor, is bigger. We've got to redraw the fibs, right? We've got the place to do it. We've had the pullback, so we're good to go there. All right, 72 to 79 gives me $7. We don't need a fib it in there. Let's see if we need it above. 79 to 87 we do. So we need to add a negative 136 in there. All right. So, Andres, I'm looking for the pullback to that 175 level. We're at 178 right now. And you got 179.61 right above head is our resistance. So a little caution there. And then Twitter. Twitter was up again today, right? TWTR. I believe they're up. Yeah, another $4 today. I think they got upgrade. So they're at 53.88. So we're right underneath, Andres, that 54.71. The expression, you might be a little late to the game, right? That might be the case here. So a little bit of caution on Twitter with where we're at right now, okay, on that 54.71. Hope that helps. Let me know. Say Hey's asking for Amazon. Let's go do that one, baby. Yesterday was the day. Say Hey, look at that move off of yesterday, right? I missed it. Did not catch it yesterday at all. Where are we today in pre-market? We're down $10 to 33.57. So I'd like to get a little closer there. Say, hey, you could use pivots for Amazon today, but as far as support and resistance, we got nothing there. Hope it helps. Let me know, folks. Make sure you're commenting down below. I appreciate seeing that down there. It also helps us in the algorithms with YouTube and Facebook and all that fun stuff. So let's get a fib snapped on here on CF, which is Chris is asking for CF. Look at the confluence, Chris. 100-point level, $100.61. The 8 moving average is 101.56. I mean, we're right on top of everything there. The key is going to be CF bouncing. They're up $1.36. Right? So give me a little pullback this morning. You got to move up. You don't need a fib in there. You got to move up to that 110-ish level as resistance. So right about 109, 108, 3/4 would be my target for getting out. Right? Hope that helps. Let me know. Robert's asking for Netflix. Guys, you're going to need to cut some of these off. I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. Sorry about that. Let me see what I can do. Netflix, let's see where they are. All right, Netflix is down $1.50, Robert, to 390. So you got that 383 as a bounce point with the room up to 400. So that's what I'd be looking for as my setup. All right, Mr. Softy. I think I did something wrong. Oh, no wonder. I'm on the wrong page. It was TradeStation. I typed that in. So Mr. Softy is down to 314, Robert. It's down 80 cents. I'd like to pull back to the 310 and the bounce from there. And then Square. Square is one of our candidates in power option plays. Right? Square is down only 25 cents. It's at 145. So we're kind of in the middle, Robert. I'd be cautious of it. You could use pivots, but this is a little bit of a low price stock for me with pivots. All right. I did ES. I did SPY. Darla, try to ask me tomorrow on that. We don't have the time today. We're running out, baby. We're just running out. Trip said, Micron is so choppy after earnings and before some too. What about off of the 382 close at the 77, 67 level? Yeah, I mean, if you can get, Trip, if you can get that fail off of the 78.17, I like it, right? But as you said, there's just been a little bit of chop around its earnings, so caution in there. We'll do this one here, and then we're gonna have to rock because I got to get ready to trade, guys. 374.38 is Nvidia. We did this one. We're down to 272.20. So the fail works, Trip. If we're having a bearish market, the fail works because we've got the clear path to the downside target, right? Guys, I'm sorry for those that I could not get all of the questions in. Sean, drop in the gaps training. Guys, the gap I talked about this morning, I should have mentioned it right away. We've got training coming up on this Thursday and then one day next week. Free training, right? We're going to go over how to use that gap in your trades, primarily day trades, but how to use that gap in your trades to take advantage of it and how you should be looking to trade it. I tell you, bear call spread, bull put spread, but there are much different ways that I trade these candidates than what we could talk about here because I just can't go into all the details of the gaps. That gap is going to make a difference of me taking that trade or not, and if I'm taking a directional trade versus even the spread that I might call out. So with that, folks, make it a great day. Make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. I will see all of you at our next update tomorrow. All right, bye for now.